Hello, and welcome to what will be, oh god, the controls. What will be a very brief, probably, episode of this before the actual release of the DLC. I'm doing it for a couple reasons. One, there's a dungeon, or a cave, right here that I saw on a recent additional quick playthrough. I forgot about this, and basically those are the only things that I'm going to check. And I'm going to basically, once I do both of those, I'm going to be done. But I also 100% need to get used to the control scheme again. Because, like, right there, okay, these controls. The controls are different compared to what I've been playing a lot of in the last couple weeks. Like, right bumper isn't sprint. Right bumper is swing a weapon. So I need to get at least a little bit of the muscle memory back. Shouldn't take too long. But there's muscle memory that's off as well. I will comment on every bit of muscle memory that's just wrong. I pressed A because in that run in Monster Hunter Rise and World, like, everything is just gonna be an issue. I pressed left bumper instead of Y to pull this thing up because there's a similar system in that game. I'm only using this weapon because I wanted to leave it equipped. I might use a different one for this little bit though. What do I want to use? Oh goodness. There was something that was, oh yeah, this. That I do like this weapon. It's reasonably satisfying to use. Yep, I saw that coming. Because it was a different visual. I'll have to go back to the top to explore whatever's up there. Oh. These stupid spirit creatures that take 8 years to die? That one isn't dying, but it's still a spirit creature, right? Or is that a real wolf? I didn't get runes, which means that's being summoned from somewhere over there that I heard. Weird. I'm kind of glad I found the cave. Oh, this is very weird. It's a totally different game. Probably, I'll leave this equipped for now, but I probably don't want that equipped that way. Muscle memory is gradually improving. Is this the place that I dropped down? No. Okay, so it's buff. That initial hit does do damage. I guess there's no enemies here, huh? Weird. What's this gonna be? I have no idea. Yeah, I'm gonna keep following the path. This whole area is very odd. Okay, that guy died right away this time. Oops. Let's see if there's anything down here. Yeah, it's gonna be just odd. I need to get at least a reasonable amount of muscle memory back, otherwise any fights in the DLC that are presumably going to be hard fights are going to be rough for maybe 30 minutes to an hour is my guess. Okay, is this back to the entrance? Perfect. But yeah, getting back into this is odd. Because yeah, it's super similar instead of left bumper to pull up the this menu, it's Y. Instead of right bumper to run, it's B while holding B. It's very odd, the differences, because there's a lot that's similar. I mean, combat-wise, they're totally different games, but just the stuff surrounding the combat is far more similar than I would have expected. Got him. I thought that was a person, not an invader. So they did trick me. So I came from here, then I went this way, then I took the first right, and then kept walking. Hello. How are you? Okay. Muscle memory returns gradually. Pressing Y to pick up items instead of B. It's a very pretty area. Huh. Snail. Oh, that's in one shot. That was a person that died. White reed gear. Another wolf, because there's obviously another snail. What? Oh, that was it damaging itself. For a second, I thought the spirits were fighting each other. And it was like Pokemon. Different snails summon different... I don't get it. Maybe there's something there. Maybe like different snails summoning their own minions and they fight each other. It would be funny. There's a chance that the boss of this cave is actually going to be kind of difficult, given that this is the mountaintop of the giants. So maybe I want to... it should be fine. Maybe I want to use a better weapon, but... This is probably a fake out. There's gonna be a snail somewhere. Because that's too glowy for it to be a real Godskin Apostle. But maybe it only shows up... Maybe it's invisible. Maybe it only shows up after I kill the Godskin. Or maybe it's right... here? I don't know. It's definitely a bait. It's not just this guy, because it's clearly not a normal Godskin Apostle. I forgot the button to roll for a second, so I panic rolled. I pressed A. A is not how you roll in this game. A is not roll, A is jump. Which I didn't jump either because it was, I pressed it while I was in the middle of doing other, like, while I was mid-roll anyway. That's not how you run. Oh, I might die. I didn't fall too far. Good. I think if I fell the whole way down, I would have died. I think I can just run past all these. Up. Look at all the wolves. Look at all the fireflies. Hello. Please move. Thank you. It's 100% bait. Okay, correct button, press. I need to get used to the more intricate timings as well. Because even just beyond controls, there's stuff like how long I can sit, how long I need to wait before I can dodge after getting hit. Like that type of stuff is different between the games too. I get hit on my back, or I don't. Oh, I lost the buff. I guess I don't need to buff again. Probably just get a couple good hits in. And then it's going to summon another, or there's going to be a snail that shows up. Give me the audio. Or there's a second one at least. Again, this is definitely a summoned snail creature. I need to worry about invuln frames, because it's totally different. Bad roll. I'm thinking he should stagger on the next couple strong attacks if I hit them. Oh, I should have gone for the strong attack there. Nope. Wrong button to attack. I pressed B instead of right trigger. Wrong button. That's not the roll button. That's not the roll button. Panic. Because that's not the controls for this game. Oh, rough. I'll switch weapons. But yeah, like, not very good. But, well, no, I hit the wrong button because as I was being hit, I'm like, oh yeah, this game lets you run without sheathing your weapon because you can't really sheath a weapon, or it's not worth it. But Monster Hunter, you have to sheath your weapon whenever you want to run. So I was like, oh, actually, yeah, he's about to be doing this. I better sheath my weapon. Oh, wait, no, you don't sheath your weapon in this game. You just run. And then I wasn't focused on enough on, oh yeah, this is the button I need to push if I want to dodge. Why do this? I mean, really, I should be in melee range. Because it's so much better damage if I don't get staggered like that. Panic roll because I don't know what I'm doing. This is a good way to come back to the game after a little bit of a break. It's a great way. Guess when did I last play? I last played on like the 8th, so it's been like 10 days, which is not that long. But considering the similarities, it's a little bit more habit destroying. I hate this drop down. I probably shouldn't do that drop down. I should probably just run the longer way. I don't even think it's that much longer. I guess that wolf disappearing the first time through was just kind of a bug. It just stuck around for longer than it should. Yeah. It's gonna be rough. And this guy's gonna hop backwards. for some reason. I'm gonna go full buff. Well, not quite full buff, because I could easily buff more than this. Out of stamina. This game you actually need to worry about stamina in combat. Monster Hunter, you only need to worry about stamina for dodging. Because attacks do not consume stamina. The true lumberjack. Oh. Terrible timing. Panic roll because I pushed A on the first attack. This is not going well at all. I pushed A instead of roll, and so I got hit twice, and then I panic rolled on the last hit. I should have been able to dodge the first stab, but after that it was my own mistakes. Well, I mean, it was all my own mistakes, but I don't feel as, oh, I am bad if I make a mistake because I don't have the muscle memory anymore. Whereas, if I make a mistake because I'm panic rolling, that's just me making a mistake and playing poorly. Just ignore it. But yeah, I have to manage stamina in this game. That's another thing that I need to keep track of. Monster Hunter, you still need to manage stamina, but it's all about dodging. That's the only thing that really can... Well, there's specific elements, I think, but... In basic play, I don't need to worry about stamina management. I just need to make sure I'm positioned well. Whereas in this game, attacks consume stamina. That's not muscle memory so much as something very similar to muscle memory. Okay. Restore. I think that was worth it. That was actually, I was fully aware of the stamina there. It might be over there. Okay, at least it cast in time. Easy heal. Let's just play it safe. I'm gonna hit the wall. I didn't. And by wall I meant tree. I'm dead. I got just out far enough away. Perfect. I'm gonna go for the critical to get the stamina preserved. So yeah, it is a snail. Godskin Swaddling Cloth and Black Flame Ritual. God Swaddling Cloth. That was here, right? Successive attacks restore HP. Interesting. Probably totally worthless. Though, I was messing around with daggers for a while. It would be good for those, but... Oops. That's how you run in a different game. Oh, this is... I definitely should play more of this, but I guess I'm gonna hope that the DLC is easy initially. Like, it eases you into the area instead of... completely demolishing you. But that was... Muscle memory is a... wrong button. Muscle memory is a huge issue. Wait, no, I have to go north. Yeah, muscle memory is an issue. Rude. I'm basically going to check what that is. I'm pretty sure it was a puzzle. And I'm pretty sure I couldn't figure it out at the time. And if it's a puzzle that I can't be bothered to figure out right now, I'm going to stop. Mostly because I just can't imagine there's anything I care about if I haven't explored it already. Like, maybe there's something great. But it might be another memory stone, which is worthless because I'm not actually casting spells despite having 60 intelligence. Or 60? Yeah, still 60 intelligence. Yeah, I'll spend a little bit of time, but not much time. Also, kind of want to use a different weapon. I'm about to get attacked. Oh, they're inside. Interesting. I just need to drill in muscle memory again. I guess while I'm looking around for falling snow, just walking around like this. I mean, it's not gonna be down there. If it's not up here, it's kind of a waste of time. But I'm just thinking about, cause what was it? YouTube recommended a segment of an episode of QI, the TV show, that was about the CERN Abyss giant. It's like a giant, that's actually funny. It is a very large giant that is in the face of a hill. I think it's like, I don't know the specific, it's a chalk hill with grass over it, I think. I don't know. I don't think it's an old, like, structure's not really the right word, but it's an old thing. So it's not like a chalk drawing on a hill, but it kind of looks like one from a certain perspective. But like, it's so funny that it exists. Basically, any like, I'm gonna die. I didn't die from fall damage. That lock on not unlocking on was kind of odd. Hello. Yeah, lock-ons are also something I'm gonna have to get used to again, because Monster Hunter technically has a certain degree of lock-on capabilities, but you don't really, or at least I don't really ever want to use it. Yeah, it's just fun to see think of these weird structures that were, well, again, structure. It's not really a structure. It's a surface of a hill. But these like old. What? I don't get it. These old things, like Stonehenge is interesting. That it exists, we don't know why it exists necessarily, stuff like that. But it's so unknown that it's not. I mean, it's more curious. It's interesting in a different way, I guess. Snow seems to be picking up, maybe. Like, we don't know why, at least I'm pretty sure we don't know why Stonehenge exists. But a drawing, I'm going to call it a drawing, not a drawing, a drawing of a big person, you can make educated guesses based on the fact that it's a big person. Like, there's a certain simplicity to it that makes it easier to make completely baseless assumptions about that at least have a chance of being correct, which makes it like, oh, maybe this was made for this reason. I mean, it might be known why it was made. I don't know. Yeah, I don't like these just look for a hidden thing. Oh. That's kind of neat. The, like, darker segment looks very out of place. Because, I mean, the hint is falling snow, but snow is falling everywhere. That skull fell. Maybe it's made of snow. I was going to not search for the answer, but if I want to know if the answer is really dumb. Because if the answer is really dumb, then it's... Oh, this is an invisible snow bridge. What? You have to use the snow. Okay. I looked at a picture. I have to cross a bridge from over here. I'm not a fan of that. Because it doesn't... Like, maybe by the tower it hints. Maybe you can see the snow at that distance. But generally, stuff doesn't animate that far. It doesn't animate across a gap like that. So if that is what I need to go to that bridge and go across an invisible bridge of snow, I guess the only hint is that there is a bridge here. And that if you walk to the bridge, you'll see that snow and ash passes right through it. So it doesn't actually let you know that there's a bridge there. What? The snow doesn't tell anything. Like, the snow passes right through it. What's the point of that? There's no hint there. I mean, these messages being floating is something, but like, the snow isn't... Okay, now it's here, but the snow didn't show anything. Maybe if I stood there, I'd be able to see this. But the snow passes right through it. I don't get that. How do I jump off? Oh, I can't jump off a horse, probably, because it was complaining about the seal being removed. And I have to press Y to remove that notification. Swing. Thank you. Yeah, I'll check if that was visible from down below, but if it wasn't, I think that's a bad hint. Because, I mean, if you can't see the snow, if the snow isn't being blocked by the ladder, the bridge, it's not really much of a hint, is it? Okay, so now I'm at the front. Can anything be seen from here? I mean, the messages and the blood, but the snow isn't helping. Maybe I'm missing something really obvious, but the only way that would possibly be solved is if you're like, oh, there's a bridge here, and then you try to walk across it. Maybe it's an issue at this point. Maybe, oh, I burned the Erd tree so it doesn't mark it correctly and they made an error. I don't know. That guy's outside? Oh, it's the guy in the corner. Okay. That... I would never figure that out. Because I wouldn't go to a bridge and be like, oh, it's probably going to start from the bridge on the other side of this cliff. When the tell is, oh, there's snow. I look around for snow. I see no snow indicating anything. I'm not a fan. Like, keeping stuff sneaky is fine. It makes sense. That just doesn't feel very good when it's... not, even knowing that it's there, the tell doesn't exist. Founding Rain of Stars. I mean, I can probably cast that. It's probably worthless, but I can probably cast it. Maybe it's good against big bosses, in the same way as the Meteor spell is. And worthless against everything else. Oops, too far, too far. Okay, that's staying. Gone. Gone. Gone, 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 gone. Keep those. Rain of Stars. Invisible weapon. Unseen form. That could be fun. Maybe they'll do something in the DLC where that will be useful. That would be funny. This one's good in specific situations. Do I have the Terra whatever? Is that a spell? Terra... This one? Terra Magica? I'm not going to do anything with that, but... Oh, yes, it says raise the magic strength. I'm done making progress. I'm just going to mess around for a bit. I want to know if... I'm walking into a wall. I'm going to test it on the poor little jellyfish. I'm sorry. So. No, that's not. Let's just do this. Just this buff. Hit him with a beam. Hits for 15. Wrong button. 1571. I need a staff if I want to actually cast magic. Laws of Regression is also not a... It uses charms, so I need to keep that in mind. I should probably upgrade some staff. I should upgrade this. Again though, the sorcery scaling, unupgraded, this has 244. What does sorcery scaling mean? If... Maybe it doesn't scale. Maybe when you upgrade this, it doesn't improve much. And if you upgrade this, it becomes actually good. I don't know. Seems kind of weird. Okay. Terra Magica. Cast it. Okay, first, make sure this is buffed. Then cast this. And press the wrong button because I don't use spells in this game. Lock on. Shoot a beam. Way harder hitting. Okay, that's probably workable. I can probably make use of that when fighting bosses, if I need to. It'll give me free damage, with the only real limitation being how kind of awkward it is to cast, probably. So I need to be out. It lasts a decent time too. If I do this, goes up. I mean, maybe it's good against big bosses. It's worthless against small enemies. I'm invisible now. Okay, next test. This is again another good against big bosses. That apparently it's like one of the good one-shot boss abilities. Yeah, because they're big enough, all of those actually hit. So you can sort of, if I position straight under this guy, cast that. That's actually pretty cheap. Then cast this. It misses. What? So it casts in front of me? So if I aim it this way, it'll cast over there. And if I want to actually hit the jellyfish, I need to cast it from here. It's so bad against small enemies, which is not that weird, but makes sense that it's bad against small enemies. But Terra Magica is something that I should probably consider using. So I can get a really big hit in. Who's a good test dummy? Yeah, these work pretty well. I want a better test dummy that isn't in the air, so I can hit it with melee, but... Oh, I have books to give the turtle. The tortoise priest. Anyway, beam hits for 2546. An extra 1,000 damage with both buffs. Which isn't really a comparison because the new buff is the Terra Magica, but that gave like 500, which is pretty good. I mean, 500 from 2,000 to... Let's test this. Both buffs, no Terra Magica. The buff wore off just before it hit. That's incredibly lame. Okay. Good job. It's only 300. I guess maybe the damage formula is such that they multiply. So like this damage bonus is then multiplied by the Terra Magica bonus. So by itself, Terra Magica only gives 500 damage, but when I also buff with the shield, I get 600 more total. Yeah, if I buff here, same guy, 1,800, which is only about 300 damage, as opposed to 500. But if I only buff with this and use Terra Magica, I press the wrong button because I don't cast spells in this game. Hits for 2,100. Yeah, that's a big buff. And I guess if I add this and this, it would hit even harder. I have to do it in a different order. I'm not in the buff anymore. 3,000, so I might have still been in the buff. It's a lot of damage. And I can get like 5 or 6 hits with that. Honestly, that would have made... I mean, Millennia's second phase was already easy with the Dark Moon Greatsword. It was super easy because she died super quick. If I had Terra Magica and cast it, it would have been even easier. I need to go to the Turtle Pope and then I'll stop. He's not a turtle, he's a tortoise. I think I have 2 books to give. But that might have been in a different playthrough. Turtle Pope, but he's a tortoise, I think. Give prayer book. I have 2 prayer books to give. Another 2. And that's it. Any of these usable? Not really. Yeah, none of those. None of those. I really should just buy everything. But I'm never going to use them, so... I wonder if those torches signify something. There's 6 of them. I don't know. I mean, could it be not necessarily directly signifying it, but could it be referencing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? Yeah, okay, that's it. Back to where the DLC probably starts. So I won't be back until the DLC releases. I'll be following my basic schedule that I was following previously. Starting on the 20th, hopefully. As long as it, you know, releases at the supposed time that it's going to release. And it works and it downloads and it plays. But, sorry for bumping. That's that. So, it's time to wrap up until the DLC. I'm still going to be very, very rusty on the controls. Because I'm still going to be playing Monster Hunter in the meantime. which is going to make it worse. But it'll get better when I spend some time actually playing more against actual fights instead of fighting 2 Godskin Apostles and a snail. I think that's all I fought today. And a bunch of minions, but those don't count. So yeah, I'll stop here. So, have a nice day. Bye-bye.